Hello guys, so I've just done a video of ChainGuardians for the Ethermon lot because the Ethermon community because um, we have enabled a feature here where ChainGuardians can actually fight Ethermon. But I wanted to give a quick overview of this new build, which is super stable. Really happy with this one. We have released produced over 50 builds so far, the latest of which have been shared with our community for testing and stress testing and so on and so forth. And you know, we're very happy with this build now. So this is why we've just opened it up to the general public for playing and testing. Um, so bugs and all that sort of stuff that were happening before are pretty much gone now. There are still a few issues remaining with for some people with login, just because due to the safe name stack. I have had no issues. What I would highly recommend is that you check. You can log into safename.io, and when you do log in, you log in with the email address you registered with, not your nameid.safename.io, the email you registered with. So I'm wondering if a few people are trying to put the safename.io, so mine would be robbeh.safename.io. Try your email address. Anyway, so I've had a little mess around with this today, so I can't, some of the things that I would have liked to have shown, I can't show right now, which is a bit of a shame. I've got the sound on low right now because obviously I'm doing this video, so just turn it down a bit more. Now, some of the features are currently disabled. Because obviously we're still developing them, but there's quite a few more now that are available. For example, you can click into your inventory. If you have in-game items, they would come in here, and in our crate sale, whichever crate you purchase, you will get some of these items. And obviously, as the game is free to play, you will acquire some of these items as you progress anyway. You can go to your team here. Now, your team, I have not minted, sorry, I have rolled these today. So um, these are my lieutenants that I have rolled today. So I'm going to put one or two of these in my front line because I want to fight with one or two of them. And they will gradually become more powerful. You can see their level at the bottom there as they gain combat experience. So I'm going to come out of there. In order to summon, you get one free summon a day. And you can spend CGC to open more crates if you've got. Now, I opened an additional crate with my CGC, which is up there, but now I don't have enough to open another one. But you can also open more expensive crates, depending on the amount of CGC you have, and you'll get more powerful characters. There is an element of randomness to it, but this is an in-game currency, so there's no compliance issues. Now, there was also a free to open crate which you get daily as you log in, so I've opened that as well, so I can't show you that, which is a bit of a shame. Achievements currently disabled. Summon is not. We can go into summon. Hero is currently disabled. Chronicle is what we're interested in. Colosseum, which is all part of the own kind of idea of interoperability between assets that we'd like to add into the games and allow you to battle with different NFT assets. Options, you can change straight away here. We're currently supporting Japanese, Chinese, and Vietnamese. You can turn up and down some different effects there. I want to remain in English. Teamworks, that's where I went in there and set who I want where. So I want my lieutenant here. Inventory, I've talked about. Missions is currently disabled. Training is currently disabled. But options is there. And that's it for the time being. So I'm going to go into the story mode. Now, I've played a little bit of this today just to do a bit of stress testing, make sure it works. I've done a video on Ethermon, so I'm not going to bother going too much back into the detail. I'm just going to very quickly show you that you can fight some Ethermon here, which is the only thing. But we're talking about the cross-platform use case of NFTs and such. So the idea is you can, if you own a Zedekism, you can use them in the game and earn a passive income. But I'm not going to fight them because they wrecked me before and I don't want my guy to die. So I will want to withdraw and I don't want to get wrecked. So I'm going to go into story mode. Now, I have got so far already, as you can see. I've done these 4 phases. As you can see, it goes pretty far. So I'm going to go to this one now. There's no loot yet. However, that's what I'm fighting. Now they're going to wreck me. It was much easier back in these phases. But it's obviously becoming more difficult now. It can show me what I'm going to fight, and I can go, no, I don't want to fight them. Or, yeah, actually, I do. So let's give it a go. As you can see, much sort of more enjoyable gameplay experience now. A lot less buggy and laggy. It's pretty nice. So let's give it a go. So thrust doesn't work on him. So these guys are more powerful now, so they're going to start hitting pretty heavy because I've got quite far in to say that I'm only on free-to-play characters into the story. So my lieutenant did nothing. Thrust is not working. Oh. Oof, so he's just pretty much wrecked my lieutenant there. Now, I can use these items if I had them, which I don't. And you can also use satellite assisted combat. I don't have any of these either, but these are the things that you would get in the crate sale, and they give you special features like full revive of your team and calling like air damage to your opponent or healing to your team and so on and so forth. Okay, here's a big walker dude. Now, these are not random either. Depending on their stance and such, it will depend on how much damage you do to them. So, for example, you'll notice that he will constantly resist the thrust because of his stance there. So if I hit thrust, it works on this guy, but it probably wouldn't on him. So slash, if I try, nothing on slash on there. They're hitting pretty hard now. So if I'm hitting this guy, then I need a strike. Slash won't work, so it has to be a thrust. Let's try that again. So there it work, it'll have to be that. Are we going to make it through this phase? We definitely won't make it through the next phase, that is pretty clear. If we're lucky enough to get through this one. Which doesn't look like we will be. One v one. Oh, bad choice. Needed the strike. It's also noteworthy as well. These icons here are not random. These are the elemental types, and dependent on your elemental type and your enemy's elemental type will be dependent on how much damage you will do. So there is not, it's not completely random. We have published kind of what is strong against what and weak against what, but it is there is method to this. It's not pure madness. It looks like we're going to lose. Thrust won't work. It's got to be a strike or a slash. Slash it was. And we're dead. Automatically hired for CGT. Oh, there we go, look. So we got some new soldiers. We could retry, but we won't. We will go back, and that is where we will end it for today. And let's just have a look back in my team. Yeah, so he's got 23 hours now until reset. And because he's only level 1, You'll note here, level 1, and they're level 5. That's why they stood up stronger. You have to level these up slowly, but they will eventually become more powerful than these generic soldiers because they're lieutenants, right? But they do take a little bit of leveling up. And that's it, guys. I hope you're as excited about this build as we are. It really is much more fun to play now. And if you've got those assets, this is on mainnet. If you've got those Guardians in there, get on there and start hammering through some of this story mode. All right. Thanks a lot.